going on, guys? Today we're back with another skateboarding video, and it's fall time. I love the fall, I love skateboarding in the fall, so hopefully that means I'm going to be uploading a lot more than I have been the past couple of weeks. So even though it's not going to be as many videos as we had going up like in the spring or the summer, there's going to be more videos than there have been in the past couple of weeks. Just thought I should throw that in there. But yeah, for right now I'm actually skateboarding at the Sabres Bank location down the street from me. It's got a nice mani pad, some curbs to ollie up and down. Let's get right into it. Oh, and also while I'm stretching, I normally can't skate in this location because it's a bank. And then I like skateboarding on bank, but it's Sunday. Banks aren't open on Sundays. So I can pretty much skate here all the time and not get kicked out. So, I was just thinking about what my trick for the day is going to be, and honestly I'm not really sure. I'd like to get ollie to nose manual, but I'm not that good at nose manuals. And I'd like to get kickflip to manual, but I don't have the kickflip board control for that yet, so I'm not going to try that one probably. So I guess I'm not really sure what I'm going to try yet. I think I'm just going to mess around with some stuff and see what feels fun. So I'm not really sure why, but I keep tail tapping on this. Like I'll get up there into a manual position and my tail will just hit once or twice and I'll roll off and it'll look fine, but it doesn't feel clean. Okay, so as with everything in any hobby or any sport, there's always going to be a base level that any beginner starts at. The same exact thing can be said for skateboarding. So there's always going to be a level that everyone starts off with, whether it's just riding around or even just standing on the board and learning how the board works and how to maneuver on it. But once you have that stuff figured out, you can start moving on to the actual levels, which is tricks pretty much. So the very first level, or the most basic trick that everyone needs to know in skateboarding, is how to ollie. This was the first trick that I really learned, besides like kicking the board up and jumping on top of it and landing like that. I guess that technically counts as a trick, but it's not really like its own separate level of trick. The next level, or the next most basic trick, is going to be the frontside and backside 180s. These tricks are kind of the same as the ollie, except you rotate your shoulders so you kind of end up facing the opposite direction when you ollie. I have some more in-depth tutorial on these. A link to those will be in the description box below, so go check that out if you want to know how to frontside 180. I'd say personally the next trick that is a level up is a shuvit. A shuvit is just a very basic spin of your board. It rotates 180 degrees and you land back on it. I've never been very good at these. There's always been a little bit shaky and a little bit sketchy for me. And my pop shuvits are even worse. So this trick might be harder for some people than for other people, but it's still a trick that you should definitely learn. Now the third trick on this list, or the third level of trick on this list, is going to be the front shuvit. And I didn't put shuvit and front shuvit all as one because I really feel like it's a completely separate trick. And you can say the same thing about frontside and backside 180s, but I feel like those are a lot more similar and have a lot more in common than a shuvit and a front shuvit do. Now a front shuvit is when you scoop the board the opposite direction and you kind of jump backwards. So if you think of your foot like kind of pushing down like that and out, then you'll get the front shuvit motion, the board will rotate and you'll be able to catch it and land it. I actually like this trick more than I like the regular shuvit. I just think it looks cleaner and they came easier to me. So the next level of really basic tricks, I guess you would call them, is the kickflip and heel flip. Now my heel flips suck, they're awful, I'm still working on them, but my kickflips are alright. Still working on those too. I'm trying to really get them a little bit more tweaked and leveled. But I have them down well enough to teach a tutorial on a kickflip. But it's definitely the trick that you have to learn at some point before you start moving on to frontside flips, backside flips, tray flips, all that type of stuff. This trick is probably going to be pretty frustrating because it takes a while to get the timing down right and the flick down right and really get the confidence enough to jump with your board. But once you get this trick down, it's going to be so worth it. It's such a fun trick. So yeah, that's going to be it for my tier list of the very basic tricks in skateboarding that I think that everyone should learn if you want to get the basics down and start moving on to harder tricks. So yet again, tier 1 is the ollie, tier 2 is a frontside and backside 180s, tier 3 is a shuvit, tier 4 is a frontside shuvit, tier 5 is kickflips, or heel flips, whichever one you prefer. And if you can get both of them down, great. But yeah, that's going to be it for this segment of the video. If you did enjoy watching this part of the video, then make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content just like this in the future, and enjoy the rest of the video. So when I fell on that frontside flip, I actually just remembered another very important thing that you have to know how to do if you want to go to skateboarding. And believe it or not, it's pretty much the opposite of what you might think. And that thing is learn how to fall. If you learn how to fall, you will be so much better off in skateboarding. Okay, so before I go on with the rest of the video, I think I really missed another important tip on why you should learn to fall. Learning to fall is huge in skateboarding. Not only is it going to save your a lot of times, but it's also going to help build your confidence so that you might send tricks you normally wouldn't send, since you know that you can get away with it without really getting hurt. Basically, it just scales back the risk for injury when trying a new trick or trying a riskier trick. So like I was saying, if you want to see a tutorial, like a really in-depth tutorial on how I personally fall, then let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to do that in the future. Okay, so lately I've actually been working on my switch and nollie tricks. Now, these have come a lot easier to me than I was expecting in the first place. They always just seem like harder and out of reach, but now my nollies are getting kind of solid, and I can even do nollie 180s and nollie shuvits now. And it's pretty much the same thing with switch, except they don't have shuvits quite there with switch. I don't really have them with nollie either, but you know, I can do them sometimes. I think my goal trick for this year is going to be a nollie heel flip. I really think nollie heels look so cool. That's my goal trick. One of my dream tricks actually is a nollie heel. So I'm gonna see if I can keep working on my nollie stuff and get a little bit better to the point that I might actually be able to land one by the end of the year. For any of you good skaters out there, did you find that learning nollie was easier or harder than learning switch? Because for me right now, my nollie game is way better than my switch game, and I'm not really sure why. So just leave a comment if you know why that is, or if that's normal, because I'd really like to know. And that's actually going to be it for this segment of the video. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of the video, or if the video ends, go find something else to watch because this video will be over. So if you want to watch some more of our content, there's tons of it. We've got over 100 videos, lots of tutorials, lots of just running around, messing with people in public places, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, definitely go check that stuff out. A link to that will be down in the description box below. And we'll see you in the next video.